Hey folks, Chris here with Appliance Repair, and in this video we're going to be covering what we think is the best washer you can buy right now based on 5 factors that our customers are usually looking into, and that's durability, price, motor, functionality, and serviceability. So when we're out there in the field running calls for this machine, it's just a really solid machine. We rarely find inherent mechanical or electrical issues with this machine. A lot of times we'll find that the machine is not allowing water into the machine. We'll go out, there's nothing wrong with the water valves or the plumbing on the house. It's that the filters are clogged because the customer doesn't have a water softener, their water is very hard. We clean out, change the filters, and the machine's fine. Or maybe we'll go out on a call where the machine isn't draining. We'll go out and we'll find that a baby sock maybe floated up when it was filling and made its way in between the drum and the tub and got down into the drain, a pump, and stuck on the impeller. Or an earring or something will get down in there and it'll cause the drain pump not to be able to spin. But all in all, this machine rarely fails. And another important factor when it comes to durability with top loaders are suspension rods. And we rarely have to change the suspension rods on this machine. Most, if not all, the other brands within 3 to 5 years, if you're washing at least 4 days a week and there's at least 3 people in the household, they're gonna go within 3 to 5 years. And this is an expensive repair. On average, it's around $300. So when we've done the few that we've done on this LG top loader, I remember that they were both over 8 years old before we had to change out the rods. So amazing durability. Now let's talk about price. This machine here in Texas right now is coming in at $548, which is a steal for a solid LG machine like this. They really don't have to come down that low. Maybe they're trying to get some market share from some of the other brands that sell a lot of machines out there that are way substandard to this machine. They're coming in at around $500. GE, Whirlpool, maybe Samsung might be a little more, but there's a lot of machines out there in this price range, and LG, they have come down, so this is a great deal at that price. Next, we'll talk about the motor. It comes with a direct drive motor. Now, this motor is really solid technology. Your other option, usually for a top loader, is going to be a belt-driven motor. There's a lot more moving parts and a gear case and a clutch, and a lot of parts are plastic. This direct drive system is a stator and a rotor. Without getting too technical, these two pieces mate together to create torque and power and get that machine agitating and spinning. Just a much better technology, less moving parts, very durable. Now, when it comes to functionality, you can look at any of the retailers out there, Lowe's, Home Depot, Costco, Best Buy, and see what those features are. There are a lot, like most modern machines, but we'll just hit a few here. It's 4.3 cubic feet, which is a pretty good size. It has a turbo drum where the drum and the pulsator plate, it doesn't have an agitator, but the pulsator plate spins one direction and the drum spins in the other. And this does a great job of agitating the clothes without stretching or tearing them like some of the agitator machines do. It has a 6-motion technology, so you can kind of mix it up depending on what you're washing, what kind of items you're washing. Then what I really like on this machine is it has a water plus option. A lot of these high efficiency machines, some of our customers don't like them because they barely put any water, which I agree. This has a water plus option. You can add it to any cycle at the touch of a button and it'll put more water in there for you. It also has load sensing technology. It can try to figure out exactly what you got in there and then wash and cycle through accordingly. It also has a hydraulic hinge lid, which is good because you're usually holding a basket when you're trying to put stuff in or take stuff out. It's not going to drop and crack the glass. It actually has a little hydraulic kind of brake in there. It slowly closes the lid. And then last but not least is the True Balance anti-vibration. It does try to keep the load balanced. It has sensors on there and it can tell if it's vibrating really hard, and it will try to correct those loads to get it to be balanced and not vibrate and bang around so much. So great functionality for only having one large knob there and just a couple small buttons there. There's plenty of functionality for you. Now, as far as serviceability, I added this one here because a lot of our customers are guys or even gals out there that they were trying to fix their machine and they ran into problems. This machine here, as far as being able to service it yourself or even calling out a company, you shouldn't be charged that much. This machine's very simple to get in and out of. We're going to talk about a few repairs, common repairs on machines. One would be the water valve, then the drain pump, a control board, and then the motor. So to do the water valve, it's very simple. A few screws, rotate the console, and bam, there's the water valve. Another few screws, you pop it out. Obviously you want to turn off the water, but this is just a very easily accessible part. Anybody can do this if you have a few tools. Next is a drain pump. Drain pump can be kind of complicated on a lot of machines. In this one here, you just pop the back panel off. It's down there at the bottom. You are going to have to be crouched down on your knees. You can kind of angle up the machine a little bit, put a block or something so you can have better access to just get those clamps off the drain pump, disconnect the wire harness, pop in the new one. Very simple repair as well. Moving on, control board. Again, a couple of screws, rotate the console. It's right there. Another few screws, a few little tabs there. Pop it out, disconnect all the wires, pop in the new board, and you are on your way. Back to washing. Last, we have the motor. So the outer piece is the rotor. It's one nut. Rotor comes right off. If you need to take off the stator, it's three screws there, and a wire harness, and this guy will wiggle on out, and you can replace it. So again, very user friendly. If you're trying to buy a machine on a budget, then you probably don't want to pay for repairs. This machine is very DIY friendly. If you're real handy, you like to tinker, you can handle this machine. You won't have to call the repairman. You'll just have to order some parts, and you can handle it yourself. So all in all, we think that this is a solid choice. This is what we're recommending to a lot of our customers. Now, you may not like a top loader. We want to leave you with a few other options here, and that is the LG front loader. Front loaders in general are just a much more durable design. Most of the world uses front loaders. Most of the commercial applications out there are using front loaders for that reason. However, it's not our top pick, even though this is a very solid machine that can go 15 years too. It's more expensive. The repairs are a lot more expensive. It is not DIY friendly as far as serviceability. This machine, you will need a professional to help you with repairs on this machine. Our other recommendation would be a Speed Queen. Most people who are tired of buying these modern machines that are breaking, they hear about Speed Queen. They are great machines. They're fairly DIY friendly, but they're very expensive. I think this one here is coming in around $1,400, and then you're not going to be able to find it at your traditional retailers. You're going to have to maybe special order it. You may not be able to kick the tires on it. And so for that reason, we didn't choose that as our best washer. But that machine there can easily go 25 to 30 years. So if you're willing to invest a little more up front, this would also be a solid choice. So I put some model numbers there for you. You can do a little more research on those machines. Let us know here in the comments if you'd like to learn more about either one of these machines or any other machine, and we'll do our best to make a video here in the near future. All right, take care.